So I really was just working out the whole time. And then when free agency started, I was actually on the plane back to New York. So I didn't really talk to anybody until I landed. But I'm just happy to be back. I mean, it's a great fit. Didn't want to go anywhere else.
Greg Logan, Newsday.
Bruce, did you have any offers any place else, or did you just feel like you had to take the qualifying offer and go through this year and kind of prove yourself all over again?
I think the best option for me was to definitely take the qualifying option and come back and try to run it back.
Matt Brooks, Nets Daily.
You said you've been working out this summer. What have you been working on, just out of curiosity so far?
Shooting. Really just shooting, and then obviously maintaining my floater and other things that I do. But definitely the emphasis was shooting.
Malika Andrews, ESPN.
Bruce, you mentioned trying to run it back. I'm just wondering, Kevin Durant, James, they weren't shy about their disappointment and how the season ended. I'm wondering how much of that was a factor just in terms of feeling like you maybe still had potential to fulfill with this team that you all didn't reach last year.
Sure. I mean, we were healthy. I think everybody knows what would have happened. So really this year, try to be healthy, continue to have the same mindset going through each game and throughout the season and eventually win this thing.
Back to Greg Logan.
Bruce, what do you think of the offseason moves that the Nets have made, particularly adding Patty Mills? And secondly, how do you feel you grew last year in such a unique role, the way the Nets used you?
I'm happy to have Patty, man. There's been a few times he went at me when I was in Detroit and even in Brooklyn. So he's just a great player, great fit for us. So I'm happy to have him. And my role, man, I love my role here. It gets me on the floor. I do all the little things for the team that a championship team needs. So I'm going to continue to do that next year and hit more shots.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
What's going on, Bruce? How's your summer been?
It's been good. Can't complain. How's yours?
Been pretty good. Pretty good. Congratulations on getting something done here in Brooklyn. Glad to have you back. Got two questions for you. Number one, was it a foregone conclusion for you to come back to Brooklyn, or did you have other offers out there that you kind of had to turn down?
I think I probably had some other options, but I knew I was coming back. I started looking at places right after the season.
Okay. And second, it's not just you, but also DeAndre and Javon now added to this team, and guys who are kind of like bringing that defensive mentality. What do you think the possibilities are for lineups where 1, 2, or maybe 3 of you guys are on the floor together?
I don't think there's going to be any easy buckets. I'll tell you that.
Brian Lewis, New York Post.
Hey, Bruce. Glad to have you back. I'm curious, 2 things. One, you said you started looking in places. You meant you were looking at places in Brooklyn as soon as the season ended?
In New York, yeah.
Did you buy? You find something?
Nah, not yet. Not yet.
Okay. And secondly, the shooting that you working on, what are we talking? You talking mid-range? You talking extending it out to 3? What have you been working on there?
Straight threes. Catch and shoot threes, no mid-range. Leave that to Katie and Kyrie.
Back to Tom Dowd.
Hey, Bruce, just a similar kind of Christian's question, but, Javon, DeAndre, they kind of bring that defensive mindset that you're known for. Playing against them over the last couple of years, what have you seen from them about what they bring to the defensive side of the ball?
Javon, we actually went through pre-draft. We had a few draft workouts together, and he was picking me up 94 feet in the draft workouts, which is nuts. But a great defender, a good dude off the court. I know him pretty well. And then Bembry, I don't know him too well, but I just know he plays extremely hard, always defends and competes on the floor.
Back to Matt Brooks.
Bruce, you've had some time away from the playoffs. What have you kind of taken away from the entire experience, and what's been your main takeaway from it?
I was real salty all summer, I'm going to be honest. I ain't watching no basketball. I was just pissed that we lost. So I just can't wait to get back there and then win. I didn't sleep the night after the game at all. I went and tried to golf the next day, which was a terrible decision. I just can't wait to get back.
Jai Brown, Nets Wire.
Hey Bruce, welcome back.
Thank you.
Was there a certain moment or play like during the season that really put the idea of you returning to run it back last season?
A certain play. I don't think it was a certain play. I just think it was like just being around the guys, and just winning, man. I love to win. I don't want to go to another organization where winning wasn't the top priority. So I knew I wanted to come back to finish this thing off right.
That's all. Thanks, Bruce. Appreciate you, man.